combination of activities is our risk rule set that we maintain for the details of the risk ID, the name, a detailed risk description, the type of risk. This can be SOD for separation of duties, sensitive access, critical access, whether or not the risk is active, the severity level, high, medium, low, or critical. The process, this is the business process that the risk is associated with. Process control, this is where we can associate our mitigating controls that we define with the risk that they're allowed to be applied to for users. Compliance framework, if applicable, this can be things like SOX, GDPR, or NIST. Organization object, organizational values, expression, individual objects, and authorizations. These are all the very detailed permissions that can be associated with a risk based on the application security permission structure that we're operating within. Now, if we want to edit one of these risks, we can simply click the edit button here, or if we'd like to create a new record, we go to the new record button, expand risk details where we can add all of the data set information that we just saw in the report. We can add the detailed objects and activities and the authorization level information as well. Now, once we've completed creation of our rule set, we'll want to go and add those mitigating controls as well. To do that, we're going to navigate into compliance and controls. Similarly, within controls, we have an initial report here that shows all of our available controls. We can see statistics at the top as well, the total control count, those controls that are manual review including action confirmation, workflow related reports, and in-system reviews. So this is again configurable to show the data points that we would like to see for this particular report. We can show how frequent the reports run, so how many of them are executed daily versus monthly, quarterly, or weekly, and also the compliance framework that our controls are associated with. The data that we see on this initial screen includes the name of the control, the type of control, the frequency of recurrence, when it is next set to be executed, the status, compliance framework, if applicable, the owner of the control, who this control is assigned to, and then the process that it's associated with. And from here, we can edit the workflows as well as make additional comments. We can also click into these where we can see the detailed information. So here we see an overview, which allows us to see the details of the type of control, the description, if we've added a long description, business process, status, etc. And all of this here is available information that we can fill in. Execution history is where we can put in a set of parameters for a start date and end date, and we can actually run that and see if this control has been executed within that time frame that we've selected. Audit is going to provide us with the details of any changes that have been made to this control, including the old value and new value. Now from here, we can also create new controls. We do this by selecting the new control button. And within the pop-up, we add the overview information. So that is our name of our control, the frequency of recurrence, our owner and assignee, as well as a short and long description. Documentation, this is our opportunity to add details around the procedure to be executed for this control to be successful, as well as any compliance framework that we'd like to associate this with. And automation allows us to identify what type of documentation is required, if there is an associated workflow and report to be sent automatically, and the frequency with which we'd like it to run. This concludes our overview of SOD rule set creation and maintenance, as well as mitigating control creation and association with risk rule sets.